Hello everyone. We are going to start learning chess from the basics to from the basics up. So first we have to learn how to set the position, the board, and how the pieces moves. First of all, the board must be in this position. The right corner must be a white square. So this is the right position for the board. So after that, we have to start learning how the pieces moves. First of all, we start with the pawns. Uh, the pawn has a standard move and special moves. Uh, the standard move is one square forward at a time. A special move, we can and we have the right to move the pawn 2 squares the very first time. After that, just one move ahead. The special move is how to take or how to capture with the pawn. We capture diagonally. So this pawn cannot take this pawn. Just if there is another pawn here, so I can capture this pawn. So I can move one square or 2 squares for the first time, and after that, one square. If the pawn moves one square, he loses the right to move 2 squares after that. So for the first time, I have the right to choose between one move or two move, one square or 2 squares. Another special move for the pawn, or another special capture for the pawn, is to capture en passant. This is a French word. We pronounce it en passant, like in French. So how to capture en passant for white? Capture en passant occurs on the 6th rank and for black on the 3rd rank. How this capture done? If the black plays 2 squares for the first time and jump over the attacked square, I have the right to capture this pawn en passant, just after the move directly. So if I play another move like this and black plays whatever, now I cannot take because I lost the right to capture directly en passant. So en passant occurs directly after the move of black. Now, if he plays like this, I can en passant. If he plays like this, because he jumped over my attacked square, I can take it en passant directly after the move. And as well, it's applicable for black. So if I play another move and now black is to this square. Now if white play like this, it's on the 3rd rank for black, so I can take en passant because white jumped over an attacked square. I can take it directly after the move of the pawn. Or if white plays this and jump 2 squares, so also I can take en passant. There's another move for the pawn, and this is a special move. It's a promotion. How to promote the pawn to other piece. Like this. Take, take, take. We play whatever moves just to explain how to promote. And now if black play like this, I can move here. If black plays this, I can take now, and because our pawn reach the last rank, so I can promote to uh, whatever piece I want, to queen or to knight or to rook or to bishop. Of course, not to a king, because there's only one king on the board. Just let me change the setting for the promotion. Not always for queen. So like if I take here, for example, now he gives me the choices uh, what I can promote to, queen, rook, bishop, or knight. So I can choose, not always for a queen. Maybe if I promote to a queen, uh, I'm not winning, I'm just drawing the game. So I have to choose what I want to promote. Also, this is applicable for black. Also, this I can take here. So he can take here. If I can play like here, I can promote to any piece I want. So this is all about the movement for the pawn, how to move, how to capture, and how to promote. Especially, you have to remember about the en passant move. This is very important. And en passant just occurs on the third rank for black and on the sixth rank for white. So I cannot take en passant on the second rank or on the fourth or fifth, just on sixth rank for white and third rank for black, and directly after the move of the other opponent. Okay, now let's move on to try to learn how to move with rooks. Okay, we can set up a new position. Okay, rooks always on the corner. This is the basic place or position for the rooks. Okay, and now the rooks moves vertically and horizontally, like this and this. Okay, of course, if there is no other piece in the way, because rooks cannot jump over the pieces. Okay, I can take and check the king, or I can play here for whatever any square I want. I can play here, 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 to any square I want. Also for black, here or here, 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 or here. Okay, I can take. So like play like, and I can take any piece for the other player uh, in my way. If there is a piece here, I can take it. If that piece here, I can take it, or here, anywhere on my way, I can take it. So now, like if I play like this, and black play like this. Now, if you notice, like I want to move my rook. All the colored squares are available for me, but the green one is safe. The red one is not safe because uh, other piece can take it. I don't know why here is not safe. This is ridiculous. No other piece can take it. I don't know why not. Okay, no matter what. Also, like this, like this is or not checkmate because I can protect and now check because here I can take. Okay, there is another special move for the rook, and it's not for the rook, it's for the king. Actually, we can explain it later when we explain about the king's move. So this is all for the rook for now. Let's try to explain the knight's moves. Okay, like new setup. Two knights and two knights for white. Okay. Okay, the knight is a special piece, moves in a special way. Okay, the knight moves to square to any direction and one, two, and it can divert or change his way like this uh, in this way, like this, this, and now I play like this. So uh, look to the moves for the knight. Okay, he can control. It can control. This piece can control 8 squares for maximum. Okay, the knight can attack or capture on his arrival square only. Like these squares, he can capture this. Any piece on the red squares, on the red squares, yes, but not on other squares on his way. This is not allowed for the knight, and the knight is the only piece can jump over other pieces, our pieces or the opponent pieces. So this knight can now like jump to here, to here, to here. So the basic rule for the move of the knight: move two squares to any direction, vertically or horizontally, or backward or forward, or to the right or to the left, and then change one square, and this is it. 1, 2, and change. 1, 2, and change. 1, 2, and change. 1, 2, and change. Okay, this is for the knight, and the knight can go backward. Only the pawn cannot go backward. All pieces can go backward, only the pawn cannot go backward. Other pieces can go backward and forward. Okay, let's move on to learn how to move the bishop. Okay, new setup. Okay, for the bishops, two bishops for white and two bishops for black. Okay, now the bishop moves diagonally like this, so he can attack on the diagonals. Okay, like this, forward and backward. Okay, like if I play like this, now can attack on the diagonals, forward and backward, and can move only on the diagonals. Okay, so I can attack or capture any piece for the opponent on this diagonal here, sorry, here or here or here. All the colored squares are attacked. So I can capture any piece on the attacked squares. Bishops cannot jump over the pieces. If there is a pawn like here, if there is a pawn on the way of the bishop, he cannot jump over it. That's all for the bishop. Very easy. Moves on diagonal, forward and backward. Diagonals only. He cannot change his color. If we have a white squares, the bishop, he stays on the white squares for all the game. He cannot change the color. Okay, now let's move on to the queen to see how the queen moves. Okay, we have one queen for white and one queen for black. Okay, now the queen moves like a combination of the rook and the bishop. Like I can move and diagonally, like this. Now I can move like the bishop on the diagonals and like the rook on the files and ranks, columns and rows. That's why the queen is the most important piece on the board. Like I can attack all the squares forward and backward. Of course, queen cannot jump over the pieces. Only the knight can jump over the pieces. Remember that. All children forgot about this rule. Only the knight jump over the pieces. Okay, so the queen can attack all the pieces on the red squares. Okay, this is all for the queen. Now let's learn about the king. Here, you can put the king here and the king here. Okay, and okay, let's move it back because we have to learn about castling. Okay, let's put the rooks here and here. Okay, very nice. Now, okay, so the king can move to all adjacent square. So he can move only one square at a time to all the near squares. One square at a time. This is the standard move. There is a special move for the king. It's called castling. Castling to the right, it's a short because there is two squares only between the king and the rook, and castling to the left, to the queen side, to the long side, because there is three squares between the king and the rook. And there's some conditions for this move. First of all, if I want to castle, first of all, the king must not be in a check condition. I cannot be in check and move to castle. This is not allowed. Second, the king cannot cross an attacked square. If there is a like this, no, like okay, okay. Now this queen attack this square and this square. So if the white king wants to castle, he cannot, because he cannot get over or cross an attacked square. So the computer knows this rule and don't allow me to castle. Also, he cannot stay on attacked squares, and the computer knows this rule and can prevent me from castling. This is not allowed to castle and cross the unattacked square. Okay, third rule, I cannot castle with a rook moved before. Like if now, like I jump to here and now goes back and the rook goes back to its original place or original square. I cannot like now I castle. I cannot castle with this. Oh, okay, it's attacked. Okay, let's change it. Like if I want to go here, here. I cannot now castle with this rook because this rook moved before. So if the rook moves to any square, I lose the right to castle with this rook. So for castling, um, the king must not be moved before, and also the rook. Uh, so now I cannot castle with this rook because this rook moved before once, and although it's now it's on its original square, it doesn't matter. Once you move the rook, you lose the right to castle with this rook. Third thing, now I can castle with this rook. I cannot because this rook, this square is attacked, and I cannot get over this square. So I have to move like here. The queen takes the rook, and now I can castle with this rook, although it's been attacked with the other rook. It doesn't matter if the rook is attacked, I can castle, but if the king is attacked, I cannot castle. So for castling, the king must not move before, and the rook. The king must not be in a check, must not pass an attacked square, and uh, not not being in an attack, and must not get over an attacked square. That's all for castling. I can castle. Okay, how the castling. Okay, now I can how the castle how the castle can be done. Always I start with my king, because castling is a move for the king. 1, 2, I move 2 squares, and I get the rook to the other side of the king. This is the way how to castle. 1, 2, always 2 squares with the king, and the rook goes to the other side of the king. Okay, so if I want to castle now, I move my king 2 squares toward the rook, 1, 2. Okay, and I get the rook to the other side. Or if I want to castle to this side, I go toward the rook 2 squares also. Always 2 squares with the king. Okay, and now the rook comes to the other side of the king, like this. 1, 2, and the rook comes to the other side. That's all for the movement of the pieces. And next time we can start uh, start to learn how to start our game and get familiar with the movement and with captures and with attacks and so on. So I hope you enjoyed this and learned how to play chess. Anything you want, any questions, any comments, please don't hesitate to drop your comments and questions. Thank you for all, and bye for now.